20 important PLC questions and answers. What constitutes a PLC program? A PLC program encompasses a series of instructions executed by the PLC, outlining the logic for governing its outputs in response to inputs. What are some popular PLC manufacturers? Some popular PLC manufacturers in the industry are Siemens, Allen Bradley, Rockwell Automation, Mitsubishi Electric, Schneider Electric, and Omron. In what ways can a PLC be utilized within a safety system? Incorporating a PLC in a safety system allows for the management of safety-critical components like emergency stops, safety interlocks, and light curtains. What do normally open and normally closed signify in PLC terminology? Normally open and normally closed refer to the default states of input or output contacts in a PLC. In a normally open NO configuration, the contact is open or disconnected when no external signal is applied. Conversely, in a normally closed NC setup, the contact is closed or connected in the absence of an external signal. These configurations define the behavior of the contacts when no external influence is acting upon them. What are the common programming languages used in PLC programming? Some common programming languages used in PLC programming are 1. Ladder logic, a graphical programming language that is commonly used in PLC programming. It is designed to resemble electrical relay diagrams. 2. Function block diagram, FBD, another graphical programming language that uses graphical blocks to represent functions or operations. 3. Structured text, ST, a high-level textual programming language that is similar to traditional programming languages such as C or Pascal. 4. Sequential function chart, SFC, a programming language that visually represents the sequence of actions in a control system. 5. Instruction list, IL, a low-level textual programming language that is similar to assembly language. 6. Boolean logic, a programming language that uses logical and relational operators to control the behavior of a system. What is ladder logic and how is it used in programming for Programmable Logic Controllers, PLCs? Ladder logic is a visual programming language utilized in developing software for Programmable Logic Controllers, PLCs. This code resembles an equation composed of calls and contacts, which function akin to electromechanical relays. How does a PLC control motors? The PLC sends output commands to motor control devices such as contactors, relays, motor starters, variable frequency drives, VFDs, or servo drives. These devices physically control the flow of electrical power to the motor and manage its operation according to the commands received from the PLC. What benefits does using PLCs offer compared to traditional relay-based systems? PLCs offer increased flexibility, scalability, and reliability in handling complex control tasks. They are easier to program and modify, and also provide diagnostic capabilities. What is a PID controller and how is it used in a PLC? A PID controller, which stands for Proportional Integral Derivative, is a type of control mechanism that allows for continuous adjustment and modulation. Utilized for tasks such as maintaining temperatures, adjusting speeds, and controlling pressures, PID controllers play a pivotal role in a PLC system. What is an I/O module in a PLC? An I/O module serves as the intermediary between the PLC and input-output signals. It converts sensor signals into digital data for the PLC and translates digital data into control signals for actuators. What is a PID controller in a PLC? A PID controller, short for Proportional Integral Derivative Controller, is a feedback control mechanism employed for continuous modulation. It finds applications in various fields such as temperature, speed, and pressure control, ensuring precise regulation and stability. What constitutes a PLC scan cycle? A PLC scan cycle encompasses the sequence in which the PLC reads input data, executes the control program, and updates output devices. This process typically repeats in a cyclic manner. What defines a timer in PLC programming? A timer serves as a control instruction directing the PLC to postpone a specific action for a designated duration. Various timer types include on delay, off delay, and retentive timers. What constitutes a counter in PLC programming? A counter represents a control instruction directing the PLC to monitor and record the frequency of occurrence of a specific event. What types of communication protocols do PLCs employ? PLCs utilize various communication protocols such as Modbus, Profibus, Ethernet IP, and Profinet. How do you troubleshoot a PLC system when it malfunctions? 1. Check for error codes or alarm messages on the HMI or PLC display to identify the specific issue. 2. Review the program logic and ladder diagram to ensure that the code is written correctly and functioning as expected. 3. Test the input and output signals to verify that all sensors, actuators, and other devices are functioning properly. 4. Check for loose or damaged wiring connections and secure or repair any faulty connections. 5. Use diagnostic tools such as a multimeter or oscilloscope to test the voltage levels and signals at various points in the system. 6. Power cycle the PLC system by turning it off and then back on to reset any temporary glitches or faults. 7. Update or reinstall the PLC program software if necessary to correct any programming errors or bugs. 8. Contact the PLC manufacturer or a certified technician for further assistance if the issue persists or if more advanced troubleshooting is required. What is a bit in a PLC? A bit is the smallest unit of data in a PLC. It can have a value of 0, off, or 1, on. What is a word in a PLC? A word in a PLC is a group of bits. The number of bits in a word depends on the PLC, but it is typically 16 or 32. What is the relationship between SCADA and PLC? SCADA, Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition, is a system designed for remote monitoring and control of industrial processes. PLCs, Programmable Logic Controllers, frequently integrate into SCADA systems, where the SCADA software serves as a graphical interface for supervising and managing the PLCs. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. IIQA